Another good episode. 2 in a row. Well, 2 in a row today because I just filmed 2 in a row, but 3 in a row. Thank you, Walking Dead. Just when I'd lost hope. Okay, so wow, yeah, that was so good. Oh, love it. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll through the episode. I don't know why sometimes I choose to take 10 pages of notes and sometimes I just want to scroll through. But it just kind of depends on how I'm feeling with each episode. So anyway, I have to say, I have come around 100% on Hornsby. And I'm really shocked that I'm saying that because I didn't expect to. You know, he was rubbing me the wrong way. I was getting governor vibes, which is a very bad thing because the governor is my least favorite character, my most hated character in the entire series. I hate the governor. I loathe the governor, okay? Not in the way that we're supposed to. I thought he was a terrible character. So I was prepared to hate Hornsby, but actually, I think they're doing a great job with him. As I said in the reaction, I love how he can just turn on a dime. You know, he can be really intense, but he's not like crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that kind of energy. It's like, you get the sense that maybe he is a little unhinged, but like deep down and he's really keeping it together. And he's playing so many different kind of characters. Like, the character is playing a bunch of different characters, if that makes sense. Like, he's playing a game with so many different people and he's got a different game going. And I really, really enjoy it. I'm really enjoying the actor. I'm really enjoying the character. I'm really shocked that I'm saying this, but yeah, Hornsby, like, I am sold on Hornsby this episode. I really, even though I am not worried about Daryl or Maggie, their physical safety, I was really worried and really tense throughout those scenes, you know, not sure exactly what's going to happen. So I loved that scene with Aaron and Gabriel and Hornsby and Daryl, you know, like everybody, there's this kind of face off, but they're pretending like everybody is lying to everybody else and everybody knows that everybody's lying, but nobody's going to say that they're lying, that they know that the other person's, you know what I mean? I really like that. And I love seeing our family stick together. You know, there were so many times when it was just our people sticking together and standing up for one another, and I just love to see that so much. That's what I want to see in the final season. I want to see our family standing by each other and helping each other, and so many great moments in this episode. Okay. I do like Princess and Mercer, and I know that they did, like, they had some cute moments, but I think that it would have been more impactful, and the same thing goes with Eugene and Max. Very cute, but neither of those relationships hold a lot of weight because they weren't properly developed. Max and Eugene could have been. Hell, Mercer and Princess could have been. They could have been, we could have had little scenes. They could have done the Max thing totally different. The whole Stephanie thing, they could have, that was just a waste of time. We should have just been getting to know Max this whole time, and she and Eugene could have been together, and that would have been far more interesting to me. It was cute. Their little first kiss was cute. But yeah, it didn't hold as much weight as it could have. And the same thing goes with Mercer and Princess. Even though they had a few nice scenes, I don't feel it because it's just like, surprise, they're together. And the show does that. It's like, you have a couple of interactions where you think, oh, there's a spark between a couple of characters, and then the next episode they're together, or you don't see any, they don't have scenes together for episodes, and then suddenly we find out that they're together, and I just feel like the show skips a lot of steps when it comes to a lot of things and relationships. That's one of the things that they really kind of, they yada yada through the good stuff for me, which is like the slow burn. I want to see like every step, and I don't need a lot. I just need a little scene here and there. If every episode or every other episode we'd had a little scene with Mercer and Princess, if every episode or every other episode we had a little scene with Eugene and Max, and if they had done that differently, it would hold more weight and it would be more satisfying for me. But what we got, I still liked. And I'm really enjoying Mercer as a character in general. I like how complicated he is. And so that was nice. It was good to see Kelly and Connie, but we didn't see them enough. But I think it's interesting that they went to the press, and shit's gonna hit the fan. Which, that's what we all want, isn't it? It was nice to see Judith and RJ. Again, we're not getting enough of them. I don't really care about RJ. Unfortunately, he's just not a developed character. I wish they would develop him more. But Judith, I love and I miss her. We just really haven't seen enough of her this season. And it's a shame because it's the last season. Ezekiel has my whole heart. He always has. I love him so much. I could cry. And I love Ezekiel and Carol together. They are my OTP for this show. Those actors and those characters have so much chemistry. I love them with my whole heart. I just want them to kiss. That's all I want. This whole episode, I was like, just kiss, please. Come on. And then she straight up says, we're not getting back together. And I was like, oh, way to ruin it, Carol. But I don't know. Like, if I didn't know about the spinoff, I would think that they were going to get back together and that they would be endgame. But because of the spinoff, knowledge of the spinoff ruins everything. So I don't think that Ezekiel is going to be part of it. It would be amazing if he were. I would love that. Because, yeah, he's one of those characters I don't want to say goodbye to. So, I love that whole thing. I thought that it was a ruse. I didn't think, they didn't set up this whole, I have a friend with appendicitis thing. They didn't set that up. And so, I thought he was playing some kind of a game. And so then when it turned out that he really did have a friend with appendicitis, but then it was at the vet clinic, I was like, oh my God, is it an animal? Because that's hilarious and I love it. And then it turns out that it actually was a person, and it felt a little out of left field, and it also felt a little out of character because Ezekiel is such a good person. He didn't want to take the place of somebody else in line with his surgery. And I would imagine, I would think that he wouldn't want to call in a favor to have somebody else bumped up, right? Like, I feel like that wouldn't be good karma. But the way that it was portrayed in the episode was like he was paying it forward. So I guess we were supposed to think of it that way, that he was, paying the the bump up in line, like he was paying it forward. And I mean, I guess we can look at it that way, but it seems, are there any other surgeons? I mean, is it just like, what's his name? Yumiko's brother. I feel like we haven't seen Yumiko in forever. What is his name? Tomi, I think. Anyway, is he the only, he can't be the only surgeon. So anyway, but it was so wonderful to see Ezekiel, be more like his old self. I miss him so much. I did like what they were doing with Ezekiel, because he was always so happy and optimistic and always looked on the bright side of everything. And so it was interesting to take that character to a darker place. And, you know, he lost his kingdom, he lost his son, he lost his wife, and then he was, you know, then he had cancer. And so it was just like, to see him kind of crumble was an interesting thing to do with that character. I wish, again, I can't remember if I said it in this review or the last one, but the cast is too crowded. There are too many people. And so I wish that they could have spent more time really developing that story with Ezekiel and giving us some more nuance on that, because I think it was so interesting on the surface and I really liked a lot of it, but it just wasn't enough. There's just not enough substance because there's not enough time, because there are too many damn characters. But it's been a long time since Ezekiel has put on his, you know, King Ezekiel voice and his persona, right? And so it was so wonderful to see him do that again and to see him smile and glow like Carol. Like Carol said, it was just so, it just warms my heart. It makes me so happy. I feel like if we end the show and Ezekiel is happy, I will be happy. He just owns my heart. I love him so much. I adore him so much. And God damn it, I want him and Carol together. They're just so perfect for each other. It makes me mad. It makes me mad that they're not together, because they're just so right for each other. They're very opposite, but so complementary. I love them so much. Anyway, and that scene where he tells Carol, "You make the light." I mean, I legit almost burst into tears. I did tear up. Like, it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. My heart. My heart is full. So we have an idea of the timeline now, because I believe we saw that flash forward 6 months, 6 months later in the first episode. So we have an idea now that it's been 6 months. Okay. So, I mean, that's good. I thought that it was really, I thought Hornsby was really smart with the truck. He knows. And that's what's so great about what they're doing with Hornsby, because he knows, right? Like, he does know, but he doesn't want to show his hand just yet. But I love the game of, it's like everyone has their poker face on, you know what I mean? And it was so tense. Again, I'm not worried about Daryl or Maggie physically, but in that scene with Hornsby, when he was, looking at the truck and everything, he was going to start the truck, I was really nervous for them, really tense, because I didn't know what was going to happen. And then with Herschel, I like, again, Herschel's getting more screen time. That's good. I was really proud of him that he didn't give anything away. But yeah, Hornsby found his hat. And then Elijah comes out of nowhere and fucking slams Hornsby against the wall. And that shit was tense too. And I love that Daryl turned the gun on the Commonwealth soldiers and then on Hornsby. I was surprised, though, that Hornsby wasn't like, Dixon, you're fired. Like, how do you turn a gun on your, whatever he is? I don't even know what he is, but your superior, and not be reprimanded for that. But I just love to see Daryl, sticking up for his family. It was great. It was a great scene. It was really tense. I didn't know what Herschel was going to do. I was real proud of him. And, yeah, that was great. I was kind of surprised because I thought, okay, Daryl is going to stay. And he says, well, and then the next time we see him, he's with Aaron and Gabe, and he's like, we're not going back to the Commonwealth. And I guess he was talking about, like, their team isn't going back to the Commonwealth. I thought he meant like the three of them, like we're not going back. But obviously I'm like, okay, well what's, like they all have children at the Commonwealth, right? So, but I thought like Daryl wasn't going to go back. And then I was like, well, what's going to happen with, you know, Judith and everything? I don't know why I like Leah so much as a character. I think that everything they did with Leah was pretty terrible. But I just really like the actress. That's the thing. I just really, really like that actress, and I think she's so good. And so I'm interested in, you know, Hornsby's offering her a job. What? So, curious. And I like how smart she was to go out the other side of the tent, and then she ambushed the Commonwealth soldiers. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. She just gives me like Sarah Connor vibes. And I just really like that actress. And so I guess I'm just kind of rooting for the actress to get to do something really interesting. And I really like female villains. I think that, you know, I think Alpha is the best villain the show has ever done. And I think that there's just a certain, I don't know, there's just a certain flavor to it. There's something about a good female villain that is so satisfying to me. And I don't know why. Maybe I'm projecting. But anyway, yeah. I think this was a great episode. 3 in a row. I'm real excited now for the mid-season finale, whatever you want to call it. The 11B finale. I'm actually totally stoked for it now. So, cool. I'm happy. All right, well, let me know what you thought, because I want to know. I'm really enthusiastic. Maybe I'm just in a really good mood, and if I rewatch the episode, I'll think it's trash. But I don't know. Am I just in a really good mood today, or did you really like this episode too? Let me know. So, all right, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.